Okay, so now we're looking at Bruce's shot. As Bruce has a good shot, but as we go forward, I'm going to point out a few things that I noticed that we can improve on. The first thing is he lays his stick out pretty well. He gets a decent shuffle. I think his shuffle could be better. I like to see him kind of twist his waist a little bit and step behind with his right foot, so his rear is kind of swinging back a tad. And then we just go forward a little bit. Here's where some of his issues begin. Right here, you see him crane his neck back. Instead of having his neck, because that's kind of throwing his whole body out of whack. It's causing his back to arch. You see how he puts his head back over his shoulder. Instead of bringing that chin, instead of bringing this part of his helmet a little bit that way, so his head is facing the goal, not just his eyes. I think that would definitely help straighten out his posture, because this right here seems to go down when I really want it more like that. So his head's kind of leaning back towards the back of his body. Let me get rid of that. As we go forward, there's problem 2. So you see the back lean really, he's trying to draw a lot of power by moving forward to backward. And right there, again, his face mask should be, this part right here should be over there, right? It should be on the other side. Sorry, that wasn't the best drawing, but this front part of his face mask should be on the other side of his shoulder. The other part that I really wanted to point out is, watch this. So he's got a good arm situation right now, but then watch that arm. That arm comes into his body. So he's coming in too close. Now look at really his shot. His arms this is what we call alligator arms, obvious reasons. But his arms are too close to his body. So his arc, which was, which had the potential of being nice and big, now he brings his arm in, and that arc is just a smaller arc, which means that he's relying on his wrists quite a bit more. So again, if we want to, I'm going to roll it forward a little bit, and we see his arms. I'll try to do it. We'll do it in slow-mo. As his arms, bam, right there. So he is bringing his arms in with his body arched backward, and he's generating all of his power with his wrists. See, his elbow right there is in a little bit too tight to his body. His front elbow is decent right there, but his back elbow is into his body. So as we roll forward, we see that. We've gone through all those parts. I like how he's getting that front arm up. Again, kind of sliding and pushing with the back arm rather than bringing it up and over like a sledgehammer. And you see that. You see the front hand, the hands, the top hand should go over that bottom hand. His bottom hand should pull down right now and end up on the other side of his body. Instead, he gets that. He kind of looks like he turns his wrist. If you see his stick head turns, and you see that? His stick head. Watch this inside hand. Watch this inside hand right here. Watch how it's the back of his glove, and then he turns it over to his palm facing the screen, and then his hand is still there. When in reality, I mean, in a perfect world, we would like to see his body rotate so much this way that his hand is almost hidden from the frame right there. He shouldn't see it because his waist would have been twisted more. He actually is, I like how he gets his leg around. It kind of stops a little short though. His leg is doing a little bit of the kickstand right there, where he drives it into the ground, and then his body pops up when I think he could swing a little bit more forward, but that's not a major issue. I think Bruce's biggest issue is his back arm is coming into his body right there, and then it becomes a wrist shot. The other thing, again, look at his head leaning back, so his body is not balanced. So his shot is pretty good, but it's mainly reliant on the wrist. I hope that helps.